All right, I'm back. Do I look more brown? Okay, this is so I'm using my other program. This is the one that I abandoned. So here's what happened, in case you're tuning in just now. I was just streaming and it crashed 20 minutes in. So this is now the second stream. I'm now trying a different program because the other one I don't know what happened. So I don't want to risk it again. So I'm going back to the old one. The only issue with this program is that sometimes there's a weird visual glitch that happens occasionally. Usually when I'm doing something that involves any processing power on the computer. So if I'm like, I don't know, opening a new tab, maybe there's going to be a visual glitch. I don't know. But I need a new computer. That's ultimately what needs to happen. I need to get one of those new M chip Macs and just get on with this shit because this is some garbage. Your shirt looks so much brighter. Yeah, I had messed with the coloring a bit on this one on this stream. Let me see if I look the same if I go down here. Oh my god, this stream deck keeps changing. Now it's changing. This is so annoying. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let's change that to cut. I'm still dark. Well, whatever. Let's just say I got like a 5-minute tan in between my first live stream and the second one, so I'm a little more tanned. I'm tanned and rested. So I am I'm ready. I am Bobby Jindal. I'm ready for the stream. All right. Nikki Haley. I'm not going to use the previous intro for obvious reasons. It was cut off. But let's get to this. Who knows what this intro will bring? Completely different tone to the video, maybe. I don't know. All right, I'm seeing your chats. I saw some gaming chats. I'll get to all that after. Nikki Haley is a Republican, and she is running for president. At least she's trying to. So she is one of the many people that are throwing their hat into the Republican race to become the Republican nominee against Joe Biden. Donald Trump clearly is way ahead in that race. Nikki Haley is not, absolutely 100% not going to be the nominee. I can guarantee it. But she was on CNN discussing whatever the hell she wants to talk about, and that's how CNN works now. You're a Republican, you go on there and you talk about garbage for an hour and you get free press. So she was on talking about woke. She was asked to define what woke means. And it's just so before I get to the clip here, the obsession with woke is so stupid. And there has been, I think, multiple polls now showing that most voters don't care. They both don't know what it is. Some think it's a positive thing because it means you're more aware of what's going on in society. Others think it's a negative thing because you're for censoring people. People don't really know, don't really care, because when they're polled on what issues they care about, woke is not near the top. And regardless, you have these Republicans trying to play to a far-right base that I guess some of them care about this issue. I don't know. It's so stupid. But I want to share this because of how dumb it is. And then I'll get to, addressing some of these ridiculous points. But here is Nikki Haley on CNN. Oh, there's a chat behind me. Look at this. So I'm live right now in case you're... This is not going to work. Okay. This is not going to work at all. Why is the chat over there? I'm going to have to cut this portion out of the video so I can cut to the clip. How am I going... Okay. I think there's a version of this without the chat behind me. Or I could just remove the chat. I can do that. It's not even centered. It's... What is this? It's all in the wrong place. This is what happens when I don't use this program for a while. Let me just cut it out. Let me just delete. Gone. You're gone. All right. So I'm going to go back here. Going to go back here. Going to go down here. There we go. The chat has been deleted. All right. Maybe I can bring it back in some other form when I start the gaming process. Am I streaming behind? Jesus. Everything is going wrong technically right now. My stream deck keeps changing to the other program I'm not using, so I can't even switch my angles, my live stream page was hiding behind this page for some reason. So that's not good. All right. We will get to Nikki Haley very shortly. All right, I think things are figured out for now. Might as well take a super chat in the middle of this before I get to the clip. Ryan Nowicki says, wonder if there's going to be a large number of MAGA Republicans in the primary watering down the vote for Daddy Trump, or is that giving too much credit? I don't know, to be honest, how it's going to play out when it actually comes down to when it's time to vote, because a lot of those people are not going to be in the race, and maybe they will try and coalesce around one candidate to take on Trump, which I guess would be DeSantis. But I don't know if that's really going to be successful. The majority of the base, I think, is with Trump, or they're in that lane of complete lunatics. So ultimately, I think it's Trump's to lose. All right, Nikki Haley. Let's get to this thing I'm using is ridiculous. All right, are you going to work now? Let's go down here. See if this works. No, that's not. Okay, I'm over here. Here we go. Whatever. Again, later on, this will not be in the video, obviously.
Define woke.
There's a lot of things. I mean, you want to start with biological boys playing in girls' sports. That's one thing. The fact that we have gender pronoun classes in the military now. I mean, all of these things that are pushing what a small minority want on the majority of Americans, it's too much. It's too much. I mean, the idea that we have biological boys playing in girls' sports, it is the women's issue of our time. My daughter ran track in high school. I don't even know how I would have that conversation with her. How are we supposed to get our girls used to the fact that biological boys are in their locker rooms? And then we wonder why a third of our teenage girls seriously contemplated suicide last year?
All right, so I covered Nikki Haley's previous comments on the word woke. And she clearly has a prepared speech here because the comments are exact. In fact, the actual quotes may be exact to what she was saying before without any altercation at all. So that tells me that Nikki Haley doesn't give a shit. She knows this is all bullshit. So she has a prepared speech because she can't speak just openly and normal about this because she knows it's all garbage. This idea that some people are given an advantage, this is inherent in all sports. Should basketball players now, should we not allow people that are, I don't know, over like 6'3" play basketball because they are at a super advantage over anyone else, over most people who are not that tall? So NBA, anyone over 6'3" out of the NBA because you have an unfair advantage over everybody else. Or how about Michael Phelps? So Michael Phelps possesses a disproportionately vast wingspan. Double jointed ankles give his kick unusual range. In a quirk that borders on supernatural, Phelps apparently produces just half the lactic acid of a typical athlete. And since lactic acid causes fatigue, he's simply better equipped at a biological level to excel in his sport. Michael Phelps, banned from swimming because he has this unfair advantage, this natural advantage that he has in sports. Got to be kicked out. This is ridiculous. And it's not even like trans people are taking over women's sports. That's not at all what's happening. And even still, inherent to sport, there are advantages that some people have over others. This obsession, and for putting all this aside, because we shouldn't have to logic our way out of these arguments because we know these people are completely full of shit. Putting all this aside, why is a candidate for president concerned with high school sports? That is not under her jurisdiction. Why is she concerned with sports at all? That isn't what the president does. Why is this a topic? Because again, it's purely for cultural reasons. This is an attempt to try and play to a deeply hateful, deeply bigoted conservative base that are the only ones that care about this issue. Because when you actually poll the majority of people on this issue, on what woke is, Most people either don't know what it is, think it's a good thing, or don't care. Let's continue whatever the hell's left in this clip.
We should be growing strong girls, confident girls. Then you go and you talk about building a strong military. How are you going to build the morale in a strong military when you're doing gender pronoun classes? Why is it that you have, you know, kids undergoing critical race theory, where if a little girl's in kindergarten, if she goes into kindergarten, if she's white, you're telling her she's bad. If she's brown or black, you're telling her she's never going to be.
Oh my God, this. So I hadn't watched the full clip because I have a hard time listening to any of this bullshit, especially when it's clearly disingenuous. This idea that young kids are being told they're bad just because they're white is just not happening. This is not a thing maybe like one person was like, hey, little kid, you're bad because you're white. This is not like an issue that any president should be discussing. This is not anything that is going on in any sort of meaningful or wide-spanning way. All of this is just total garbage. How is this even... Okay, I'm curious if Jake Tapper pushes back, or if we get to see if he pushes back, because, I mean, that should be his job, right?
Be good enough, and she's always going to be a victim. All of these things have gone to where they are pushing, you know, and transgender, the whole issue of the transgender, it's not that people don't think in America you should live the way you want to live. I want everybody to live the way they want to live. But stop pushing your views on everybody else.
How are trans people doing that? That's literally what Nikki Haley is doing right now. They are legislating out the ability to be trans. That is them pushing their views on everybody else. Again, no logic. And it appears, since we're near the end of this clip, we're not going to see if Jake Tapper even pushes back on any of this. I would be shocked if he did, at least did so in any way that is
that's the problem.
Informed.
Is they're starting to push everything on the rest of us.
Okay.
He said, okay. Does he not? There's no more to that? Oh my God. So I want to quickly, before I get to I want to see this clip too, but before I get to this, I want to quickly address the suicidal part. The idea that teens are ending their lives because of the existence of trans people, it is the opposite. The rate of suicide is incredibly high among young trans individuals because, again, they face pressure from society, from their parents, their inability to simply be themselves. No one who isn't trans, that's a teen, is bothered by the existence of a trans person. To the point that it would make them want to kill themselves. That is completely ridiculous. So Maxwell Frost reacted to this saying, maybe it's because they see fascists taking away their rights every day, the existential climate crisis, the crushing student debt many will take on, and seeing kids get mowed down in their schools. Yeah. These are all reasons why kids these days are a lot more or would be depressed and pushed to, dangerous thoughts, is because of situations and experiences like this. It's also disingenuous. I just want to see how they reacted later on CNN. Here is Bakari Sellers.
No, first of all, that's not the definition of woke. Woke has been co-opted by a lot of white folk, a lot of conservatives, debased, and then used to mean
on Friday's show. Exactly.
It's used to mean anything that's not white, that's not straight, So that's just not what it is. And you hear people talk about things like cultural Marxism. That's not the root of the word. In fact, the word started in 1920 for most of America so that they understand. It was about black folk talking to other black folks saying, stay woke when you're in Mississippi or Alabama. Stay woke politically. stay woke philosophically. That is what the word means. Now, to take it and make it mean something and debase it that it does not, and you saw her last night, she was stumbling across the definition. It means transgender girls in a girl's bathroom. Is that what woke means? I mean, what does it mean to you, Nikki Haley? She can't define it. Neither can Ron DeSantis. Most Republicans can't. I really hate the debate because it's anti-intellectual, but it's a part of their cultural war that they're trying to wage against. No,
And thank God we don't have to hear what this jackass had to say on the left there. I'm sure this is what CNN does. This is what they've always done. Is they both sides objective reality. You have objective reality, what Bakari Salage is talking about here, what I talked about, and then you have complete bullshit. And they treat this as a neutral issue when there is an objective fact to all of this. And that is not news. That is just entertainment, I guess, for some people. But it does not help the discussion. It does not help the culture to try and pretend that this is a both sides issue when there is just an objective reality that many people are not willing to accept. All right. You missed the brevity of technical issues behind the scenes as I was doing all of that. It's just this thing that I used to change my screen is not working. It keeps changing back to my old program, and it's giving me serious problems. And I think my tone is gone. My brown tone, isn't it? Or maybe I've just gotten so used to how I look with this color change that it's normal now. I don't know. All right. We got more, including CNN, drama at CNN, and Manchin. We all love Joe Manchin, don't we? Don't we, folks? What a great piece of shit. So we got him coming up. Let's check what chat is saying over here. How are all you people doing? Marcus says, get woke, David. I will. In fact, you know what? I got chat right here. Here we go. This chat works. Can you read that? I can't. Oh, man. I got to change the formatting on that. That is not beneficial to anyone. But I'll put it there because it's like, oh, look, people are talking. Jamie says, get some coffee already. What? Am I that tired? I don't feel like I'm that exhausted. Damn, Jamie. Now I'm questioning my whole ability here to talk to you all. I'm actually not tired. Surprisingly, I haven't had my coffee yet, but I feel fine. Player 2 says, what are you, Hassan now? How dare you? A chat room truly made for ants. That's right. All right. I'll get some more chat later. Oh, wait, did I miss some? I think I missed some super chats. Did I miss these? Ryan, I think I read yours. Spin Me a Sailcloth says, yay, another morning stream. Love, thanks. Thank you, Spin Me a Sailcloth. And Lawn Gnome says, let athletes smoke weed for the performance enhancement, of course, so they're on an equal playing field to the mental giants of the GOP. You know what? Weed is an enhancer. I think haven't there been a few athletes in different sports that have been banned or have been like kicked out for one reason or another, or during like a tournament or something because they were smoking weed? I think that's usually more of a college athlete sort of thing. Though maybe the NFL has that too. I just think it's so bizarre to treat marijuana as like, oh, you smoke marijuana, that means you're going to run faster. Like, okay. I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I'm going to look this up. That's who it was. Yeah, so star sprinter Sharkari Richardson tested positive for marijuana after winning the U.S. Olympic track and field trials 100 meter. Was banned for 1 month and is disqualified from racing the event at the Tokyo Games because she tested positive for marijuana. That was like a month away. It's so weird. All right, let me just CNN. We'll do CNN. Oh, I did forget. Since my computer crashed, oh no, don't tell me. I'm not sure it's saved my place in my tabs that I'm going to be referencing here. And my tab button isn't working. There's a button right here on my mouse. I hit, and it changes the tab for me, since it's way quicker to get through these stories, and it's not changing tabs, which means I have to click. You should feel sorry for me. I have to click each tab individually as we go along. All right, let me just make sure. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna make sure this story is ready to go, and then I'll do it. All right, sorry, I'm back. It took me, since my computer crashed during the first stream, it reset all of where I was in terms of the stuff that I prepared. And there was one quote I was looking for in this article, and it took me a while to find it, but I got it now. The rest should be fine. All right, here we go. CNN and then Manchin and then hopefully a game if it works, though it might not. I don't know. We're going to have to see how that all goes. CNN is in a free fall. The ratings are tanking. Their leader has now been exposed in a piece in The Atlantic, and no one apparently knows what the hell's going on. So Chris Licht, the new head at CNN, who's been there for about a year, has been a complete disaster. He came in with this attempt to move CNN further right. Now, in his mind, CNN was too far left. They were being too critical of people like Donald Trump. So his whole push was to try and bring CNN back to the center, which for him is way on the right. And in the process of doing that, we have seen just a complete disaster here. So I'm going to go over some of the details around Chris Licht specifically, what CNN has now done to try and patch the situation, and, you know, maybe some speculation about where CNN goes from here. But this is the situation as it stands from Fortune here. So primetime ratings for CNN tank 61% as network boss plows ahead with new vision. So Mediaite writes here, Fox News in the first full month since firing Tucker Carlson brought in 1.42 million viewers in primetime, a 37% drop year over year. CNN's total primetime viewership sank to 494,000 viewers, a 25% year over year decrease. MSNBC, on the other hand, averaged 1.16 million primetime viewers for a 14% gain compared to last year. For comparison, Fox averaged 2.09 million total prime viewers in the first quarter of the year, while CNN averaged 568,000 viewers and MSNBC had 1.11 million average viewers. What you need to know here is that historically, MSNBC has always been third. You've had Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. MSNBC more recently has had people like Mehdi Hasan out there, not even just, you know, being critical of Trump, of course, as they all are and should be, but also being critical of issues like Israel, speaking up for the rights of Palestinians, being critical of corporations generally and capitalism and low wages. So when you see MSNBC even a little bit, with one of their hosts at least, try and speak to some real issues, and to be fair, the whole network is generally very critical of what the right is doing right now, with the focus on being anti-trans, anti-human rights, this focus on woke as like as the right's main topic. So you see, you know, somewhat of a more objective view of the world, a more reality-based view of the world on MSNBC, and it is benefiting them in the ratings. Meanwhile, CNN, going further right, is making them lose. Now, this is what, before I get to any other details here, why would anybody think that a right-wing viewership is going to come to CNN? Why? How could any person be so stupid? Like, it is truly amazing to me just how disconnected from reality these executives are. People like Chris Licht, how disconnected they are. The right cares about hearing whatever reinforces their bullshit ideas. They're going to go further and further and further right. That's why you're seeing a lot of them leave Fox News now, because Fox News isn't crazy enough for them. They're going to Newsmax. They're going to, other America's Voice? I don't know, there's other weird ones out there. Daily Wire. They're going to other further right resources because That is what's making them feel good about themselves. Why would they go to CNN where there is, it's right wing, don't get me wrong, but it's not Newsmax. It's not kissing Trump's ass every single day, even though some of their guests do. But the audience, if you understand the audience, you would know that they would never come to you. The only way that at this point, a cable news network, which is already going to be losing viewers because, I don't know, the web exists. If there's any hope at all for a place like CNN, you have to speak to a viewership that wants to see some reality-based reporting, wants to see some actual journalism, stuff that takes time, stuff that takes investment, not this punditry of capitulating to the right again and again and again. And clearly, their strategy has not worked. So this is what led to the more recent drama at CNN, is this piece from Tim Alberta in The Atlantic. I spent stretches of the past year shadowing Chris Licht, the new boss at CNN, who harbored ambitions of rehabilitating the journalism industry. This is an account based on interviews with nearly 100 of his own reporters of what went wrong. It's a 15,000 word piece eviscerating him. Like, people that work there do not like what is happening. They do not like Chris Licht. They are pissed off. And unfortunately, a lot of them are not willing to speak up on the record, are not willing to go public, at least not at the time of many of these things happening. And we're going to get to some of that later on in this video. But this is not a direction that CNN is going to be winning with, which is why, this is the piece inside the meltdown at CNN. This is why they are now replacing him, kind of, with somebody else. But here you have from, this is Brian Stelter in the New York Magazine, discussing the piece. So precisely 24 hours before The Atlantic published the Inside the Meltdown at CNN, a 15,000 word defenestration, I think that's the first time I read that word out loud, of Licht, the cable news network announced Levy as the new chief operating officer. So they're now putting David Levy in there as sort of the daddy to watch over the child, which is Chris Licht, as the new COO. So the press release listed June 20th as Levy's start date, but the truth is Levy started immediately. He had no other choice. He knew the article was about to hit. His boss, David Zaslav, the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, which I've discussed in other videos around the writer's strike, we've seen clips of him, needed him to survey and repair the damage. And on that piece in The Atlantic, he ultimately portrayed Licht as paranoid, self-absorbed, and reluctant to admit mistakes. Trumpian is the phrase several staffers used with me, and to be clear, these were all people who respected Licht at the outset. I was really rooting for him, one said. Another insider remarked, I'm so struck by how consumed he is by the coverage he gets and the respect his predecessor had. Speaking of Jeff Zucker. So I saw bits and pieces of that piece. I'm sorry, I'm not reading 15,000 words about Chris Licht, but there was one piece I saw where Chris Licht is like, he's working out at the gym and the reporter's there with him. And Chris is basically like, can Jeff Zucker do this? And he's like lifting weights. It's just like it's one thing if he's joking. Maybe he was joking. Maybe you got to be there. Maybe it's just like he was tongue in cheek. But the way it was coming off, in addition to everything else about the piece and what other people that work with him are saying, other reporters there at CNN, what their criticisms of him are, it really just sounded like this guy's trying to brag that he can lift, some weights and Jeff Zucker couldn't. Like he's really full of himself. And that is not, I think, a good place for anybody to be if you're going to be leading anything, if you want to be able to improve the situation, if you want to be as objective as possible, be able to critique yourself, understand your failures. If you are so full of yourself, it's very unlikely that you're willing to maybe readjust, change, reassess where you are and improve the situation. But coming out of this, there was also Tim Alberta again, the writer of the Atlantic piece, writes here, cannot overstate how shocked/shaken CNN staffers were at the time of this episode and how irate others have been as the story spread. justifiably so. If this decision was indeed made to appease the Trump team to keep him from quitting the town hall, it is an absolute scandal. So within the piece, he writes this. This is the big thing, one of the big things that happened. So live television is a volatile thing. People and sets and scripts are always being changed for all kinds of reasons. Still, CNN employees had a reason to be suspicious. They wondered if some sort of deal had been cut with Trump's team, promising the placement of approved panelists in exchange for his participation in the town hall. At the least, even absent from some official agreement, it seemed obvious that CNN leaders had been contorting the coverage to keep Trump happy, perhaps to prevent him from walking off stage. At one point during the pregame show, when the words sexual abuse appeared on the CNN chyron, one of Licht's lieutenants phoned the control room. His instructions stunned everyone who overheard them. The chyron needed to come down immediately. So as they are taught, that story had broke that day about the sexual abuse the whole result in the courtroom. So they were reporting on it, and CNN's top executives called in and were like, take that down now. Because they were afraid of offending Trump and worried that Trump wouldn't do the town hall if they were talking about his sexual abuse beforehand. Does that sound like a news network to you? Now, Soledad O'Brien, who used to work at CNN, I'm not sure where she is now, a working mom, writes here, and yet not a single one said anything on the record out loud using their name. They're shocked, they're shaken, but they are also cowards. Let's be honest about that. When their boss was supporting pure journalistic malpractice, what did they say out loud? This is a great point. Now, if I were to be, cynical, I would look back and see what Soledad was doing on CNN during many of the times that they effed up over the years. That said, apart from that, she makes a great point here that no one is willing to go on the record and say this stuff out loud at the time when it's going on. And look, you can understand that in a way, right? They want to keep their jobs. They need to support their families. That said, it would probably be not a good look for CNN if they were to fire the people that pointed out the clear journalistic malpractice that was taking place on air. That wouldn't help CNN's situation to fire those people. So it may have not hurt them in the end. But this is just, CNN's a complete mess. I will say one thing I've seen from them. I'm not sure if I can find an image of this somewhere. But one thing I have seen that I've liked is their new graphics package. Their new graphics package. In fact, I'll look this up right now. Is definitely an improvement, I think, over where they were. So it's not really, I got to say, it's not much. This is something that most people wouldn't notice, wouldn't care. I used to work in broadcast news, so I'm going to notice some of these things. But here is an example. So see how it's like more rounded? This has been the big improvement at CNN, is rounding some of the edges off. And I don't know, it's like more bubbly, for lack of a better term. It just looks better. It looks cleaner. It looks nicer. It's less messy on screen, at least how it's appearing here. So I would say that's an improvement. Good job, Chris Licht, on the new graphics package at CNN, even though it wasn't you. You're not a graphics designer. But that is the one improvement I've seen. Apart from that, though, man, it's just been, CNN has been it's been a mess for a while. It was a mess before Licht took over. But it's somehow only gotten worse because they thought the problem was they weren't far right enough. This is the issue with all of these mainstream people, whether they're in New York, whether they're in Washington, D.C., is they really take on the right-wing criticism. That's all they hear is that, oh, CNN, so far left because they recognize that Trump was a disaster. They take stuff like that on, and then they try so much to try and appeal to those people. They want the approval of the right wing so bad, and they're never going to get it. Why would they get it? Look how far right they've gone. They had Trump on, and what happened? Trump made fun of them. The right made fun of CNN. It didn't make them look good in anyone's eyes on the right or anybody. So it's just been a complete disaster there, and I really don't know where it's going to go from here. I can't imagine Chris Licht's going to be there much longer since they're putting in David Levy now. But in terms of the direction they're going to go, they're never going to go where they need to go, which is being critical of corporations, because they are a corporation. They're never going to get there. All right, that's a little too much on CNN. It's just a complete mess. It's the Titanic. Last one is Manchin. What time is it now? 10:40. Man, time flies by. And then I feel like I don't need a coffee, but I'm looking forward to drinking one. I do enjoy a coffee. How's chat doing? Let's check the tiny text. Look at that tiny text. You can read all the chats. Any feds in this chat? Says Roger. Someone says they're fed up. Man, the chat's just a mess. LW says, as if Soledad O'Brien would have been brave either. I know. That's why I brought up that point, because she has not been, she's had some wild tweets. Just like the dumbest brain dead shit. So I couldn't give her full credit. But that was a good point that she made. And the reason why I used her, I'm sure many made that comment, but the reason why I used her comment specifically is because she used to work at CNN. So it kind of holds more weight. But regardless. All right. Let's get to... Wait, I just saw this message and I laughed, and I scrolled down as I was internalizing the message. But there it is. Unionized Cracker Barrel says, adult baby. I've been watching R.M. Brown, and I'm sure you have as well. So Joe Rogan had some guest on, I forget who it was. But at some point, I think it was someone who used to be in North Korea and she defected. I'm not sure who she is. But at some point, she discussed how she was being treated like an adult baby. And Joe Rogan's response is, adult baby. And and R.M. Brown, who's a great YouTuber, check him out if you haven't already, has been using that sound drop. And it is in my head as well. Adult baby. It's just... his show is just so great. It's fantastic. All right. Back to reality. Manchin here. Actually, let me check the sound level on this.
I got to ask you about this.
Turn that up.
The No Labels political group continues
Maybe 330, 340.
to fund and organize. They're trying to get...
That's fine. I forgot. This is not working. Okay. There we go. Okay. This is going to be a quick be right back. I just got to find my place again in this article that I wanted to quote, and shouldn't be more than a minute. There we go. It was just the headline. So it involved no searching at all. Adult baby. All right, let's get to it. People that have not watched R.M. Brown or seen that Rogan clip have no idea. I probably sound completely ridiculous to anyone that does not know what I'm referencing. So I will stop saying that. But go watch R.M. Brown. All right. Manchin. Democrat. Right? Still? Yes. Democrat Joe Manchin was on Fox News, where he did not squash the idea that he may run as a third-party candidate against Joe Biden and the Republican. Before I even get to this clip, just Joe Manchin sank Joe Biden's agenda. He killed the Build Back Better bill, which would have been Biden's legacy, getting something through that would actually help some people. Manchin killed it. Manchin killed most of his agenda. Let's be honest here. Manchin with cinema. And now he turns around and is at least not squashing the idea that he may run against Joe Biden. Joe Biden has either been, there's only two options here. Biden has either been complicit in all of it and was happy to see his agenda tanked and being seen as an embarrassment, or he is Joe Manchin's bitch. Which is it? I go with option 2. But let's check out Manchin here on Fox News.
I got to ask you about this. The No Labels political group continues to fund and organize. They're trying to get in all 50 states. They want to be on the ballot to run a third-party ticket. New York Times says that's got Democrats very upset and worried it's going to re-elect President Trump. And they say this, at the top of the list of potential candidates is Senator Joe Manchin III, the conservative West Virginia Democrat who has been a headache to his party and could bleed support from President Biden in areas crucial to his re-election. I always ask you, you have not ruled it off and taken it off the table. Is a third-party run still in the realm of possibilities?
Shannon, No Labels has been moving and pushing very hard of the centrist middle, making common sense decisions. People that basically expect us to do our job and not put the political party ahead of the policy in our great country. That's what we've seen happening, and there's more noise and more extremism coming from the far left and far right. They've been pushing this middle. If the middle has pushed what we just saw happen, that was the middle pushing. So that's basically a movement where No Labels has been proposing for a long time, 10, 11, 12 years.
It sounds a lot like, though, what Joe Manchin
basically
says,
has
too.
the voice. It's always what I've believed. I believe that basically that's where you make the decisions. You listen to the left and the right. You make sure you leave nobody behind, and you listen to the different persuasions that they might have and concerns. But when it comes, you've got to make common sense.
He has to know he's full of shit, right? He has to. What is this common sense middle? I'm going to get to No Labels in a second here, what they actually are. This common sense middle. Isn't it funny how the common sense middle always benefits massive corporations? The common sense middle is always for tax cuts for the rich and large corporations, always for low wages, always fighting against unions, always fighting against healthcare, always fighting against any help at all for people. That's the common sense middle, according to Joe Manchin. I feel like I've talked to death about this so many times since the beginning of me doing these sorts of videos, of me covering politics. To understand where people actually are, you have to get outside of the walls of DC. You have to actually go to the people. Poll after poll after poll. And by the way, polls they should not be the deciding factor in anything. Because what is ultimately right sometimes does not contort with the polls. Look at gay rights for decades. Was not supported by most people until it was. But it was always the right thing to do. But just in terms of a barometer of where the people are, looking at poll after poll after poll, most people support things like Medicare for all. Most people support things like higher taxes on billionaires and corporations. Most people support a properly funded social safety net. They support having, guaranteed childcare. Like, you can go down the list. They support unions. People understand that they need help because they know themselves. They need help. Most people need help. And they see a country that is so heavily invested in massive corporations and the military-industrial complex, and there's very little left for anybody else. When people become more and more aware of what is going on outside their own borders, what is going on even just next door in Canada, which isn't perfect. I'm Canadian, not perfect, but We have healthcare. Look at Europe. I mean, just look around the world at what other people are guaranteed compared to what Americans are given. The idea that the U.S. is anywhere near being left wing, or that Biden is anywhere near being left wing is so, so ridiculous. It should not have to require any sort of explanation. But on No Labels, so this is the group that Manchin was talking about. Oh, No Labels is really, they care about the center. They care about fighting for the center. Yeah, bullshit. Who's funding No Labels? Pro-GOP billionaires opposed to democracy. At the end of the day, these billionaires and large corporations are deeply invested in maintaining the status quo and opposing Democrats' agenda for working people. No Labels. They are trying to bring down Joe Biden by having this third option out there. That could be a Manchin, could be a cinema. There is a piece here from More Perfect Union. A group calling themselves No Labels has suddenly emerged as a huge financial backer of Kyrsten Sinema. They're also floating the idea of running Joe Manchin for president. We dug into them and found a whole lot of billionaires with a history of opposing democracy. So this is a 7-minute video. I will link to this below. If you want more about this, they do a fantastic job breaking it all down. But this is just, this stuff, you know, at this point, I think most people that pay any attention at all, or, you know, a little attention to what is going on, understand how disingenuous Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are. And just, it's clear that their project has never been about helping people. Even though they claim, oh, we care about the center. Both. It's funny how both Manchin and Sinema kind of take on this robotic, but like this fake human persona of caring. We really care about people. We care about the sensible center. We want to fight for people. Sinema puts on that voice. Manchin puts on that voice. It oozes phoniness, and I don't think most people are buying it. But I would like to see what a Biden reaction would be to a Joe Manchin run. Just to see Biden's reaction. I don't think, look, let's pretend for a second that Manchin actually tried to run third party. No one's voting for him. Why would Republicans vote for him over Trump, who they love, or any other Republican? Why would Democrats vote for Manchin over Biden? Manchin appeals to executives. So maybe some corporate executives who feel like Biden has somehow been too harsh on them. Somehow. I don't know how you make that argument. But like that's the only oil companies, oil giants, maybe, oil executives. But even still, Biden's been very kind to them as well. So there's no constituency there. But it's just wild to see how far Manchin will take this. After killing Biden's agenda, after hurting his presidency for the history books, that he is now floating, or at least allowing the idea of a third-party run to get out there and keep an attempt to try and generate some interest in that. It's really just sad. And the only thing I want to see now really is Joe Biden push back. I know it's too late. You can't do anything. You no longer have the numbers, but just, man, I don't know. Show you have some fight. Show something, because right now it really just looks like this whole time you've been Joe Manchin's bitch. All right, that's enough. That's enough of that. Got some super chats. Let's get back to the wall of text. This is just funny to me. I'm just going to keep this up. This is hilarious. I see some super chats here. Nelson Mercer says, heck yeah, one must touch grass, walk the streets. Also says, it's one thing that they're an old geezer, but it's worse that Roger Rabbit OG is being an old geezer under the name of a character in a movie about destruction of black neighborhoods. I'm not sure I know what you're referencing, but I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. All right. I want to play a game. So we'll keep this chat going. I'm going to warn you. This computer may crash. That's what I'm going to try and make that not happen. I will be right back. I just have to unplug this monitor from the computer. That should prevent 1 point of failure. And that'll take 30 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. Now my screen's over here. So, and my chat's over there. I'm going to mix this stuff around. This is not ideal. I'm seeing more RM Brown sound drops in the chat. Hilarious. My sound drops aren't as good. They're just like this. That's what I have.
When you have rational national priorities.
They're very ego driven.
Watch him. He's a comer. Watch him. He's a comer.
That makes rational national sense.
When you have rational national priorities.
That makes rational national sense.
This is truly mental illness.
Yeah, totally nuts.
That's just very random. So, yeah, my sound drops suck, unfortunately. System Shock. I watched a review on System Shock. I never played the original. It seems like a game I would not like. Just based on how the whole thing is set up. Yeah, I don't know. It seems interesting. I don't think I would like it. No, I want to play something that's very bizarre. So, I was saying earlier in the first stream before it crashed, I saw a bunch of games last night on the PlayStation Store that were super on sale. And when I say super on sale, I'm talking like under $5 a piece. So I grabbed several because they were so cheap. And this one I find really, really interesting. Let's see if this works. Chat in this one too. Let me see. Oh no, chat's in this one. That's not gonna work. It's not. Look at that. It's like the Matrix here. That's better. How does this? I gotta check the stream because this doesn't always. Okay, the audio's not coming through. I'll add that. So I want to play Kukiyoyomi. Consider it. Play this, hear about this? It's a fun game. It's sort of like a WarioWare, but it's about being considerate of others. This it's right up my alley. It's gonna add the chat here, or not the chat, the audio, which for some reason decides to not work every time I reload this program. Go here. Go here. Okay, looks like it's working and maybe a bit too loud. That down to, let's say, 35, 40. Is it not working? Maybe it's too low. Some weird stuff happening right now. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Space Junk says, is the Bernie clip why you named your channel The Rational National? No, that Bernie clip is from like 2 years ago. No. No, I just came. That was during. I forget if I found that or someone else found that and sent it to me, but it was during one of his. I think it was one of his rallies when he was running for president the second time, and he was talking about, when you have rational priorities. And I guess he was talking about like national issues. So it's when you have rational national priorities. And that was great. So Diablo 4 I'm playing on the PS5. I loaded up on here for a second to see if it worked, and it did. But it doesn't run fantastically on the PS4 compared to the PS5 version. This is more one that I can that we can have fun with, because there's a new scenario every 10 seconds and a way that I have to react to it. Audio good? It's not too loud? Looks good to me. Alexander says, I remember he put you in one of his ads videos once. That was recently. It's like a few months ago. Yeah, I mean, his editor did. Who follows me. Very nice guy. All right, continue from last session. Yes. So I think I got like 40 or 50 into these. And they're really quick. But some of them are just hilarious. So basically, I got to figure out... Okay, what do I do here? That's fine, I can sit there. Is it okay for her to rest on me? Should I leave? No. I may have failed that one. The thing is, it doesn't really... It kind of tells you if you screwed up. Oh shit, I missed the text. Should I go here? I'll go here. Okay, I gotta jump, I imagine, right? There we go. See, I was considerate because I let that person also get big. That's why the game's called Considerate. Did I miss my... I think I was supposed to take a picture of it on her face. I didn't realize it was going to keep going down, so I just didn't press anything. Is it cold? Turn the temperature up. 28 Celsius. Wait, was that right? No, that's right. That's right. In some way or another, consider it. That was for the subway person. I'm not sure what my job was there. I don't know. Missed the UFO. Oh, was that a UFO on the beach? Okay. That's what I should have taken a picture of. I'm trying to move out of your way, buddy. There you go. There we go. I was considerate. Should I have lost? Some of these is hard to know because it's like I didn't want to lose that fight. Thirsty. Jelly? Jelly. Nothing came out. What's happening here? Me. Feed me. Okay. Some of these I just don't know what I'm doing. I think I did good there. Sweet, got a trophy. What the hell is this game? It's called Consider It. What is this? What is this target here for? I have no idea what that was about. I think I elbowed her, but was I supposed to do that? Some of these are easier to get than others. I didn't realize I was the car in that situation. Okay, I was supposed to slow down there. Big bro, I'm so hungry. Big bro has to do something. The winner gets all you can eat. Draw or don't draw, it's up to you. What? What? I don't understand. Does that count? I have no idea. What? Wild. Very vaguely considerate. Okay. Like, I think it sort of allows you to fail too, because clearly I've failed a bunch of times, and it doesn't really punish me at all. Hey, why don't we check the personality test again? Let's do it. What? Don't you think this ring would look great on me? Are you even listening? What? 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 What was that? I couldn't do anything but just lay down there. Turn the volume down, buddy. There you go. That's considerate. It's very Japanese culture, as you can tell. Though I'm like this too. Premium Friday. Go home. Today is our date. Who am I with? I guess we're going here. In some way or another, consider it. Thank you. That one I got right. Maybe it shows you the ones you didn't fail. Because I likely failed the other ones. I'll take it all. Okay, I'll stop. I assume I gotta take all the chicken. But which one is the chicken? This one? It's hard to know if I'm winning. I think I'm winning some of them. Waiting for your bento to heat. Okay. Oh, that's just moved to the side. Okay. I was being considerate there. I'm trying to press buttons. Did I do it? Yes, we cannot. I don't know. Man, who am I dating now? I guess we're going to Robocon. That's hilarious. So there's an earlier one where it's a girl and you take her to rom-com. This one, now you take her to Robocon. Now I know why that was there. Very vaguely considerate. Thank you. I tried my best. Oh, that's not nice. Move to the side. Let me move. I couldn't even do anything. Write them in order? What's the order? What? I got you. How random is this? It's like, I don't know. That's for him, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, so I wasn't gonna take that. Vaguely considerate, thank you. You can do it. Was that the ex-girlfriend in the background? This game's hilarious. No. I'm sorry. How would that jump be high enough for both of us? Ridiculous. Oh my god, I controlled the typhoon. That's hilarious. Grave of the Fireflies again. Was that a reference to that? That's like one of the few anime movies I've actually watched. I saw that. Moderately considerate. I got the hang of it. Costume competition? Don't push me? %, is hot, I think. Man, this is wild. I got to move the blockies, the distortion over her eyes. Plainly considerate. How was I going to hit that? Or maybe I wasn't supposed to because it was the first pitch. Oh, shit. I didn't do anything there. I'm not sure what I would do there. Right? You play dead? I'm dead. Sweet. Or maybe being considerate is letting the bear eat you. That's why it's hard to know. What is this? What is this target for? What do I do with this? I don't. I still don't get that. Let the bear have you? No, it says moderately considerate. I think that's a good thing, right? I like how I was the belt. What? This person knows. I'm just controlling them watching the ball. Oh, do I watch the ball or do I watch the UFO? Or was the UFO playing tennis? Okay, so I'm the big guy here. Take me. I did it. That was very considerate, I have to say. Hope they give you points for that one. Super considerate. For yes, hand up. For no, hand down. Down. I'm trying to say down. Jesus. You as human? Yes. Don't want Earth destroyed? No, I don't want the Earth destroyed. Don't not want don't not want the Earth not destroyed? What? Tomorrow of today's day before yesterday? What? You lose weight? No, I did not. It's going so fast. You see here? You see here. You secret keep? Yes. You have itchy spot? No, I'm fine. Don't scratch me. You hero, you save world? Yes. Wow. That was hilarious. Those double negatives, like double, triple, quadruple negative, who knows what the hell the actual answer there was. Vaguely considerate, though. Okay. Guess I didn't completely fail it. I don't get the point of the telephone. Or should I have moved? I guess it depends how you, what side of the road you drive on, maybe. Discussion, future of the band, breakup, vocals, solo debut. Oh, I was supposed to duck. I was not considerate. Are they going to break up now? Yeah, I love the world. Even if the three of us go solo, we need your help. Was I supposed to cheer? Oh. Halfway. We just stand there? Maybe those are failures, because I definitely failed that one. I was way too late. I missed what he said. Let's, can I say right here? I'm bored. I should go attack a planet or something. Hero is in. Hero's away. I mean, for $2, this game's great. It's been a while. But you came. I really wanted to see you. At the end, did I beat it? Just hold my hand. Okay. You sent me a photo of that ghost. I set it as my background, you know. It was fun going to see that band. Even on a date with that cow, right? What? Remember the giant monster? I totally beat it. Do you remember the first day we met? You were so indecisive. Anyway, forget about me. Just go find someone new. Okay, I couldn't tell if this was like his mom for the longest time. I guess it was ex-girlfriend. Sorry, can't stop crying. But what, is she dying? What's happening here? You always look out for other people. Thank you. You're so kind. I really love that about you. Even the times you didn't need to. I'll never forget it. Thank you. Goodbye. How long is this? I don't want to die. Oh my god. How did she die? Number 100. I get to put together the credits. Truly, mildly considerate. Oh, here we go. Overall results. I get results, finally. Determination, sympathy, ability to fit in. I have no sense of duty. Or I have no quick thinking, apparently. My determination is my best quality. Baby boomer level. Oh, God. That's not the comparison I want at all. Baby boomer level of determination. Wow, a lot more options here. That was fun. That was a good time. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on Kukiyomi. So that is I think I'm saying it right. Kukiyomi. So there's 3 of these. I'm not sure I'm going to do the other one right now. What time is it? 11:25. So this game was also super cheap. This is also under $5. I did a basic like search, just like, is this game trash or not? It's not trash apparently, so maybe it's worth checking out. Ease Origin was also super cheap, and I wanted this for a while, so I got that. Also super cheap, Neodori Forever, which sounds like an endless runner racing game, but I'm not sure which one I want to jump into here. Let's do, this seems more kind of my morning vibe right now. Look at that. That looks great. I want to be there. Runer was great. Oh, good. Good to hear. Very not trash. Fantastic. I've heard less about this game, though. So let's see what the hell this is. I can barely hear it on my end. Okay. So steer, X is drift, square is boost. So I'm guessing the car just moves. Nier Automata, yes. I have to go back and beat that game multiple times. I have 2 endings, but the second one was like 5 minutes, which is really weird. I did not expect that game to end 5 minutes into it the second time I played it, but definitely got to play it more. Diablo is more of a couch game. Like I sit on my couch and play that on my PS5. It doesn't run as well on the PS4, so I'm not super into the idea of playing that right now. What the hell? Okay, so there's no acceleration. I just turn and I drift. Oh my god, I'm guessing I gotta get used to the... It is just... Okay. Yeah, this is not, This does not play like a game I'm used to playing. Actually, it's quasi Ridge Racer in its power sliding execution. So it looks like there's an end to this stage. I don't think it's just an endless runner. I'm out of fuel. I need fuel. I like the music. I won? Sure. Whatever you say. I hit the wall like 1,000 times, but I won. It's making you nauseous, the flickering. Yeah, there is a... I can get that. Oh my goodness. It's just a car though, right? Okay, I think one more race of this. This is more just like something I want to play when I'm not sober. I think I died. This is worth $2. It seemed more like a phone game. I bet you it's on phones. Little known game called GTA you might want to check out next. I have way too many hours on GTA 5. Let's jump into this. Also super cheap right now. I know very little about this. I just think it's like a asymmetric view. If it decides to load, here it is. Let's do normal. Up for a challenge, maybe. It's the year 2091. Pervasive advancements in technology. I missed the rest. People's lives have never been more fun. Okay. Looks nice. I'm in heaven and I'm here to kill the boss. Okay. I like how it's controlling. It's dual joystick. POV, you work retail. Maybe that's the underlying message here. Let's have some fun, boys. Bring them down. Sure. Sure you will. This is reminding me a bit of a... I forget what it's called now. There's a game I played on the Xbox a bunch. Late last year. And I played on Twitch too, I think. Don't kill me. And, God, what was that called? I forget now. I missed something back there? What did I miss? Hotline Miami is actually another one that this is sort of... Yeah, actually similar controls for sure. But not what I was thinking of. Did you play Hades? Yes, I did. Hades, also great. Boomer Dole doesn't dash away from mines. Hey now, as far as I can tell, I have no health taken away. So it appears I'm doing just fine. No game audio? No, you should hear it. Do you hear it right now? It may be low. It's lower than my voice for sure. This game may be low generally. I could turn it up. But I need to hear, it's a little quaint. Okay, I can bring it up. I just gotta do it in here. Bring it to like 77, 75. But it doesn't take until I change the scene. Stupidly. All right. Better? It is low. Like it's just low generally right now. Maybe when there's action, it's louder. Fill energy meter. What does this do? Energy power skills and gadgets. Open radial menu with triangle. Choose shield. Good. All right. What's this thing that I can't appear to get? What is this? Alright, whatever. Oh, it's health. I'm looking for energy. Let's get back here. Am I missing something here? Oh, it's up here. You know what? Yes, I am Boomer. Oh, it's just health. Okay. Anybody here watching the NHL playoffs? Or I should say the Stanley Cup Finals? I want your predictions. I thought for sure Florida was going to, just the way they've been playing, they were going to take this series. But after seeing that first game, it's very clear Vegas has a really good shot. And Florida, for me, depends, if anyone here even knows what I'm talking about. Florida's chances depend completely on Bobrovsky. If the goalie doesn't show up, then they just have no chance at all. He's very hot and cold, generally. I got a gun. Cool. Florida, the home of hockey. Yeah, I know. I mean, I have to imagine there are some fans there because they've been around now for a while. They were in the finals in '96 for the first time. So if there are some fans from back then, you know, I feel for them. Set all dash waypoints with R2 or R1. Okay. This joystick is very sensitive. Man. Okay. Kachuk has been a monster, but Vegas is a more complete team. Yeah, but all the teams that Florida has played have been more complete teams. Boston, Toronto, Carolina, and they somehow won. Like, Carolina's a really good team. They swept Carolina, which is wild to me. Dash to spotlight with R2 or I don't get the point of this dash thing. Dash to safety. Doesn't matter where I dash.
Where you going, boy?
Where is safety? They keep saying kill boss, and I'm seeing no boss to be killed.
I can see you.
Definitely watching NBA Finals since my Nuggets are in for the first time. Yeah, I'm not. I don't typically watch basketball unless the Raptors are in the playoffs. But it was crazy to see was it Boston almost come back? I am dying. Haven't watched the Cubs since the Avs dropped the ball this year. They forgot they won last year. It's just a different team. Kadri's gone. And he was a big part of that. I'm not sure what the hell this gun is, but it's crazy. The mines killed me. Boston came out and back, but in Game 7 they remembered who they were and decided to quit like they did in Game 3. Just imagine, like, I just find it, if you're going to come back being down 3-0, you have to put everything on the line in the final game. You can't like tie it up just to then not try in Game 7. Shit. I feel like the dodge or the zoom isn't, whatever the hell this thing is, isn't working for me half the time. It's weird. Oh, that's why.
Don't do it.
There's no health here.
I can see you.
I mean, I got no health. Here we go. Like Toronto, but they forgot they were still playing the first. They forgot they were still playing after the first round and got slammed. Yeah, they just were not ready at all. Toronto Maple Leafs, from what I've heard, are like the Dallas Cowboys in football. Good in regular season, but choke in the playoffs every year. Basically, yes. I mean, at least it's last few seasons. They've had amazing regular season, an amazing regular season, and then go into just lose it. All right. I have personal experience of Boston fans being a Buffalo Bills fan and dealing with Patriots fans. That's part of where my hatred for Boston fans come. For me, it's more about, I want teams that haven't won to win, which is why part of the Stanley Cup, like, part of the excitement of it is that neither team has won ever, Florida or Vegas. So one of these two teams are going to have their first cup, and that's pretty cool. And Toronto, I'm a Toronto fan, of course, but also they are the longest team in longest team in, I think, any sport, any national sport, like between the NHL, NBA, MLB, to not have won a championship. Because we're talking 1967 is the last time Leafs won the cup. And I think before them, or before Chicago won, it was them, Blackhawks. But apart from hockey, I know the Red Sox hadn't won since like 1918 or something, until they did. So I think now I'm pretty sure now it's the Leafs in any major sport.
Come on, boys.
Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I should dodge more. There we go. Awful contracts made it impossible to watch hockey. I assume you're in the U.S. Isn't it like... Do you mean TV Yeah, TV contracts. Because they, you know, obviously in Canada it's perfectly fine. It's easy to watch hockey. There's always a fight over who has the rights. In the U.S., it's like hot potato. It's like, who wants these? So I think TNT has it now. I didn't know TNT even did sports, really, before this. Yes, I am enjoying the game. At the same time, in the back of my head, I have like Zelda in my mind, Diablo 4. I have like at least 3 or 4 JRPGs I'm sort of trying to play that I keep dropping and getting back to. You want to kill my boss? I'm here to make sure you don't. Okay. Wow, this guy means business. I die when the timer reaches 0. So I'm guessing this involves a lot of dodging. It is a good looking game. I agree. So let's move over here. I'm already fucking up. I'm not sure I love this whole dodging mechanic though. It's just like a lot to... I don't know. Because there's also like a regular dodge, so it's just like... I'm juggling both. Probably dead. Cornell West. Is he running? Sacramento Kings have gone 71 years. So what year does that make that? That's like what, in the... Is that the 50s? This game is called Ruined, I think. I started playing it. I'm not sold on this dodge, though. Because there's... I almost wish it just stayed like a... Use a pipe game instead of using guns. I like this pipe. What if I just zoom around to hit the pipe? Maybe that's the secret here. Did I do it? Oh, I did it. Okay. How about that?
Don't do it.
I did it. Too late. Just in time for the end of the stream. You okay? Nod. I've been trying to reach you. Someone hacked your damn brain. This is a setup. They sent you to assassinate the boss of heaven. There's more bad news. You know what I want to play? You know what I should have played on here? Neon White is one of my favorite games of all time, I think. It came out last year. I began playing it again this year and got super into it again. And it's a game I just always go back to. Neon White. Look up Neon White. Neon White. Neon White. It is so good. It didn't get enough attention. It is such a fantastically designed video game. And I like the whole aesthetic, the story, the voice acting. It's great. Just great. I'm enjoying this though. This is good. It's fun. It's just too dark for me right now in the morning. C+ sounds about right. All right, I think we could save it here. Maybe check out the cinematic. You played Brothers? No. Because no one very close to me is much of a gamer. So it's hard to get someone to play through a co-op game like that with me. I'll wait till my boy grows up, play with him. Or maybe I'll play with my brother. It's called Ruined? Yes. Yes. Ruiner. Sorry, Ruiner. Close enough. Carnal West is doing Russell Brand show. I mean, whatever. Carnal West has always been consistent in what he talks about. And he's always just tried to get to different audiences. I think that's fine. Like, he's not going to go on there and start co-opting Brand's message. All right, I think it must have saved at this point, right? Let me just see where this goes. Okay, put my faceplate back together. A new arm, okay. New citizen chip. And now I can earn karma. Skill points, use them to acquire abilities and upgrades. Cool. New abilities are unlocked, alright. I get it. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Can I just easily jump out of this? I assume it all saved. Yeah, Russell Brand kind of went insane. I think he's just chasing money. It's so weird to see like a former Hollywood actor now just doing like Tucker Carlson talking points. It's just a bizarre turn for somebody who, I mean, forget a Hollywood actor, somebody who was really good on issues and also a very talented entertainer, and just kind of piss it all away. Oh, is there like a exploration aspect to this? That's pretty cool.
All right, let's go.
That's cool. All right. I'm good for now, though. You can play Brothers by yourself. I heard it was mainly geared towards co-op. I feel like I'd be missing something if I played it alone. All right. Let's get back up here. Turn this off. So I will try to piece together my stream into some videos. So in case you missed the whole stream, I'll post the other stuff later. So I talked about CNN, Nikki Haley, Maxwell Frost at a Paramore concert, and Joe Manchin. So look for those videos later on. Today, maybe tomorrow. We will see. And I'm probably going to go live tomorrow morning as well. I did that last week. It worked then. I may do it again now. My PSN, did I change it? I think it's the Rash Nash. I don't think I changed. I think that's what it is. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good day. See you all tomorrow.